Omega-5s and omega-7s are different types of unsaturated fatty acids. They've both been attracting a lot of research attention and are increasingly shown to have a number of different health benefits. But how do they compare with each other? Is one better than the other? Hi, I'm Dr. Patricia Shelton, lead medical communicator for TeHero. And let's take a look at this article here on TeHero's website about omega-5 and omega-7 fatty acids. So like I said, these are two different types of unsaturated fatty acids, and it's just a chemistry term. Saturated fats have straight fatty acid chains, and because of that, they pack closely together, and that's what makes them solid at room temperature, like butter. Whereas unsaturated fats have one or more bends in that fatty acid chain, and because they're bendy, they don't pack as closely together, and that's what makes those liquid at room temperature, like oils, also found in fish, nuts, seeds, lots of different sources of these unsaturated fatty acids. The omega-3s are the best known, but omega-5 and omega-7 have been increasingly shown to have benefits in research, right? They're more newly attracting research attention. And they have a lot in common, the things that we've found about them, lots of different potential health benefits. So they both seem to be anti-inflammatory. They reduce chronic inflammation, which is associated with a number of different disease states. So reducing that is a very good thing. They help to improve insulin sensitivity. So both of them are helping to support healthy blood sugar levels, also very important for healthy aging. They help to support healthy cholesterol levels, so higher HDL, lower LDL cholesterol levels, which helps to reduce the risk of things like heart attacks and strokes. And then they both seem to help protect the brain from damage, which they partially do by being antioxidants, helping to prevent brain cells from becoming damaged and dying. And they both actually also seem to promote healthy brain function. So by keeping cell membranes fluid and flexible, they're able to help brain cells function optimally. So they both seem to have a lot of these different benefits. And another thing they have in common is that they're both pretty rare in the Western diet. So these are both types of fatty acids that you're probably not eating a whole lot of in the regular foods that you get on a daily basis, even if you eat a pretty healthy diet overall. So these are things that both of them are things that people sometimes turn to supplements to make sure they're getting enough. Now, although they do have all of this different stuff in common, they're not the same thing. Omega-5s and omega-7s are actually chemically different from each other. And one way that they're different is that omega-7s, like palmitoleic acid, these are monounsaturated fatty acids. That means they have one bend in the fatty acid chain. Whereas omega-5s like punicic acid and others, they're polyunsaturated fatty acids. So they have multiple different bends in that hydrocarbon chain. And there's research looking at monounsaturated versus polyunsaturated fatty acids. Sometimes one turns up better than the other kind of overall. But we can say that they both seem to have their own health benefits for the body, right? It seems that the body benefits from having both of these types of fatty acids. Now, as far as what they each do inside the body, although they do, as we saw, have a whole lot in common, they both seem to have a lot of similar benefits. Omega-5s are particularly potent at helping to protect brain cells from degeneration, right? And so this is why omega-5s are attracting so much research in terms of their potential to prevent neurodegenerative diseases like dementia, like Parkinson's disease. Not that omega-7s probably aren't beneficial for brain health. We would expect that they are, but omega-5s have been particularly shown to have this benefit really strongly. Omega-7s maybe have a little bit more research as far as their heart health benefits, but both omega-7s and omega-5s do support heart health. They both improve insulin sensitivity. They both help to reduce chronic inflammation. So rather than asking which one of these is better than the other, it actually makes more sense to think of them both as important components of having balanced levels of fatty acids throughout the body. Right? So the body doesn't need just one particular best fatty acid at a really high level. What it needs is a variety of different fatty acids, which all kind of work together to promote the optimal function of all these different body systems. And that's what can lead to healthy, long lives. And some people are able to get enough fatty acids through their diet. But as we said, since some fatty acids are a lot harder to get in that way, some people turn to supplements, especially for the ones like omega-5s that are almost impossible to get through food. Even for things like omega-3s that are maybe more common in some people's diets, but some people want to make sure they're consistently getting enough of those. A supplement can be helpful for that. So as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to email us at knowledge@tehero.com. And as always, We're wishing you great brain health.